God is quite happy when his people have wealth because they can be generous with it. It's difficult to be generous without wealth. You can't really move structurally. You can't move nations. Joseph had a lot of wealth. Abraham had a lot of wealth. Isaac had his own version of wealth. Jacob had a lot of it. I mean, all these people they had resources and means. But what I in that moment, what I started doing is really saying, like, if I have money, I will be okay. And if I don't, I won't. And I didn't feel it necessarily. I was young. But you can see the arc of my life begin to move that direction, where I would start dreaming about ways to make more money. And, the stuff we teach on New Age, visualizing making more money and using my subconscious to make more money and programming myself to have dreams to make more money. All this stuff's real. And the problem is that it works. And so you can have somebody who is like tremendously successful and they say, hey, the hand of God is on my life. Would it be this way if it wasn't? Look at my businesses, look at this. And it's like, no, that's not the hand of God. You're making deals behind the scenes. You're selling out to the spirit of mammon, which was coming from the dominion of Baal. And Jezebel manipulates, but Baal distorts and corrupts. Baal will take something pure and he will turn it into something that is not pure. He'll take it out of the hierarchy and he'll put it up at the very top. And so when God never told you couldn't have money, God never told you couldn't have a business, God never told you that you couldn't have a wonderful relationship. But what happens is you started now worshiping the relationship. You started worshiping increase and worshiping money. And it's something that God doesn't even think is wrong. You've made evil because it's replaced God. And that happened in 2014, 2015. And we just started making millions and millions and millions of dollars. You were there. To the point where I was like, what do I do with all of this money? I'll just go buy a bunch of real estate. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties. And then God decided that it was time for him to save me from some of this stuff.
During that season, did that agreement with, if I only had more money, I'll feel safe, did that ever come to fruition?
You never feel safe, no.
So you had it
you
all
need
at the
more
top
money.
and you didn't feel safe at the top.
You need more money. You need more money. God is a God of multiplication, but he's not multiplication. Like, it's a facet of his personality. It's not that's not God.
Well,
and so when we worship a piece of God, it typically can turn into an altar.
well,
Because then you're worshiping transactionally. I want the genie version of God. I don't want God. I want the sliver that gives me prosperity, because that's in the Bible, and I'm cool with that, but I'm not cool with the rest of it, and I don't really want to be in submission. So I'm just going to worship prosperity. It's a piece of God's nature that now you've taken out, and it's an altar. And so, yeah, I didn't feel broke necessarily, but I felt imprisoned. I no longer had the ability to do what I wanted to do because I couldn't. If it didn't lead to more increase, what was I saying to my God? My God was increase. And so I couldn't serve it if I wasn't increasing. Yeah. And you never think about this like I'm saying it. We never we go to church on Sundays and we're like, dude, I won't tithe because I'm worshiping increase and accumulation. But that's what is really happening behind the scenes.